Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. I'm Tom Poland, beaming out to you from little Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia, joined today by Daniel Mangena. Daniel, very warm g'day from down under, sir. Where are you hanging out?
I'm hanging out in Cabo, Mexico. Lovely to be from one sunny place to another.
Yes, lots of sand and surf. Love it. For those of you who don't know Daniel, he's literally an international speaker, best-selling author, broadcaster. He's a coach. He's probably best known for his very successful Micro to Millions program, being the author of Stepping Beyond Intention. I love that title, Stepping Beyond Intention, and his Do It with Dan and Beyond Success podcast. He's completely self-made, has spent decades perfecting his world-class coaching methodology, and he's about to share it now with this podcast. And the title is How to Discover Your Very Own Money DNA. Yes, there is such a thing, and it's critical that you discover it. Daniel, sir, our questions is going to start now. Question number one is, who is your ideal client?
My ideal client are people who are into personal development, are entrepreneurially minded, and generally speaking, don't want money for money's sake. There is something bigger to it, but they're not caught up in the idea of the bigger thing and still love a bit of money too.
Love it. Thank you, sir. So just go to question number two. What's the problem you solve for these entrepreneurs?
Entrepreneurially minded people often, if they've got anything to do with personal development, can get caught up in some of the other pieces. So you get people that they obsess with whatever the latest course is, the latest program, the latest new hack or gizmo, or the latest new fandoogle from the world of spirituality. And they just don't get as much done, or the stuff that does get done ends up happening with not as much efficacy as could be done. You get people on the other side that hustle, and lose sight of the other pieces. The problem we solve is we bring people to the middle, bringing in together all of the mindset and personal development, all that good stuff, bringing together the emotional relationship to money, all the frequency and the vibe and the woo-woo, but also powerful strategy, specifically leveraging their money DNA.
Perfect. Nice sweet spot. Thank you for that. And the world needs that. So question number three is, can you describe the symptoms that your ideal client would be experiencing before they start working with you? So what's going on in their business or their life where kind of give an audience member right now a heads up and going, yeah, I need to find out more about Dreaming with Dan?
Well, there's a couple of different angles that we find being symptomatic for people that really are supported by what we do. Number one is, if you find that you're not making as much money as you could be making, great symptom for us to come and show you how to leverage your money DNA. Because money DNA, the power behind that is we've seen people 10, 20, 50x their results, but using a fraction of the energy, a fraction of the resources, because you're not pushing against the tide, you're going with the flow. Another thing as well is that people are not enjoying the experience of what they're creating. Far too many people maybe have financial success, but it's at the cost of burnout. It's at the cost of time with family, time with loved ones, hobbies, things that you really care about doing, or you're just not having fun anymore. Those are the key symptoms. You either got the money and it's costing you, or maybe you're okay with the other stuff, but the money's not where it needs to be. We bring you again to the middle, getting the best of both worlds, leveraging money DNA for the most flow.
So it sounds like money DNA is about, it's about finding the way that fulfills you, that also fulfills clients, and therefore generates a fair bit of money. The sweet spot, as you call it, or the middle ground, I think. Not trying to be
analogy, but the simple analogy that I've always given that makes it really easy to understand and will give us the really short, sharp thing that people have come to listen to with this podcast today is, if you imagine a child. When a child's in the belly, you don't know what configuration is going to come out, hair color, eye color, unless you're both blonde or you're both redhead or whatever. For the most part, you don't know. My wife's blonde and blue-haired, blue-eyed. I'm brown-skinned, brown-eyed. We didn't know what my son was going to turn out as, and there's nothing that we could do. That was going to unfold naturally. Your financial situation is unfolding naturally right now from a series of different things which we've identified down to pretty much a T. If you're not having fun, then forget it anyway. That's one. If you're not fulfilled, forget it anyway. But understanding where that flow is for you to have a natural unfolding that feels fun, is full of meaning, and is profitable. That's what we support people do with money DNA.
That's the sweet spot. Nice. So question 4, we've got 3 minutes left. What are some of the common mistakes that people make when they're trying to find that sweet spot? We're talking about entrepreneurial people. They're assertive, they're growth orientated. They're going to try stuff to find that sweet spot. So what would you say some of a couple of common mistakes that folks make?
I've got one that will just, put a nail in the coffin. The cookie cutter approach. We're all different. Trying to follow exactly what somebody else is doing, exactly the way that they're doing it. How many people are trying to do Elon Musk's morning routine because they think it's going to make them a billionaire? It's ludicrous. We've all got our strengths. We've all got our natural dispositions. We've all got our natural flow. Drop the cookie cutter approach, find your money DNA, dive into that and get the results.
It sounds like a lot of this is about listening to ourselves, about doing the things which we intuitively know we were born to do. Let's help people move forward now. Question number 5 is one valuable free action. We've got 2 minutes left. What's the top tip you can give someone to move forward with this?
Definitely get to know yourself. And the answer to the next question will be a resource for them to do that. We're actually going to give the listeners just 4 simple tests you can go and do that will give you such an insight into who you are and what you're about, that it will definitely move you along in terms of understanding where this flow is for you.
Well, let's go to that. Question 6 is a valuable free resource. And it's, folks, if you go to www.dreamwithdan.com/moneydna, you might want to tell folks, Dan, 90 seconds left, what are they going to find there? And in that, there might be another top tip as well.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to give you the link to 4 tests and a quick basic rundown on what those 4 tests are and how they lead into identifying your money DNA. If they want to book a consultation after that for us to help them, go a bit deeper, fine. But you'll get those 4 tests and you'll understand a very, very high level, some great insights into you and where your flow exists.
So listening to yourself could be as simple as making a diary note of your thoughts that are coming in. That's probably a good start. So folks, the resource is dreamwithdan.com/moneydna. 1 minute left, Dan. Question number 7 is, what's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
I thought I knew what I was going to say for this and I didn't. I'm going to say, what's the most important thing in all of this? I'd say have fun, make it meaningful. Don't get caught up in money not being the root of the most important thing or it being the most important thing. It's just a tool. And having your money DNA will help you to take that tool, leverage it, and be of contribution to the world. And that's the kind of person that I like hanging out with and serving.
Perfect. Daniel, thank you so much for your time and your insights.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Cheers. Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.